everybody, this is J.O.B of the J.O.B Show, and today we are going to discuss the real truth about being a business owner, what it takes to be successful. You need to really hear this. So today to talk about the grind, we have Meca McKinney. She is the owner of Gypsy Leather Goods and Accessories. She's author and teacher and fashion and lifestyle blogger. We also have Megan O'Sullivan. She's the owner and operator of Tia's Place, a fashion and accessory boutique. Hey ladies.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, our pleasure.
Oh, okay, great. So listen, as the title, we talked about like the grind, having your own business, and the real truth behind, owning your own business, because a lot of times I find that young people, especially if they're starting in a particular industry, they just think they come in, they're going to rise to the top immediately, and it really doesn't happen that way. You two have been successful in what you guys do. So let's just talk a little bit about that, and let's just really get the real truth out there that before we can get to the level that you guys are at, you really need to put some work and time into it.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that the best advice we can give as business owners, as women, and people who want to give back and inspire young people to really, and not just young people, by the way, people of any age, because, I didn't start my second career until I was almost 30. And I think that you want to encourage anyone to really go out there and follow their dreams. So
Absolutely.
We want to really give them honest expectations without crushing, their spirit and their dream. But, if you really give someone true expectations about what it's going to take to break into a new industry and to kind of try and change their lives and really go after what they want, they're going to have a chance of succeeding. Instead of if they go out there with this idea in their head of, what they see in a movie, or that if they, put something on a blog or on YouTube, that by next Friday
they're going to be a celebrity.
their life will be changed and new. I think you really give them a chance to succeed.
And more than anything, they must choose something that they are so passionate about that they're going to do it whether or not it becomes successful or not. I mean, obviously you want to become successful, but it has to be something that, because you don't know, you have no idea what the results will be 5 years from now, So it has to be something that you are comfortable with doing while your friends are at the beach, you're in your studio. While your friends are sleeping, you're up 4 o'clock in the morning. You have to be so into it that it's just what you breathe.
And I think that what we all know is that you can work 12, 15 hours a day. You can do it corporate, you can do it as an internship, you can do it. But the difference is if you're going to work that hard, it should be something you love, because that's what's going to continue to fuel you to work that hard at something, as opposed to having it drain you and just feel like you just can't go on doing this forever. It's funny, I hear a lot of people, say they want out of corporate. They hate corporate, they want a bad corporate. And
I was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what they're really saying, because, I worked corporate for a large firm in the city for almost 10 years before I opened my stores. And but I will tell you, that firm really taught me discipline. It gave me an opportunity to learn how to work for different people, to learn how to interact with clients with different personalities, how to read what people wanted and how to deliver it to them. I got training. I learned how to use technology.
All the time. Go get a job.
Right? I mean,
yes.
It's
paid training.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's paid training.
Absolutely. And that's why, I definitely want to change kind of how people look at that, and how, there should not be, to be an entrepreneur and to start your own thing, it should be out of love for something you want to do, as opposed to a negative toward corporate. These corporate jobs can really give, especially young people, really great experience that they are going to need then when they go out on their own.
Absolutely.
whether it's a financial background, whether it's learning how to deal with people, whatever it is. I think when people say they have to get out of corporate, it's because you have a lot of people who want to express themselves and their creativity and go into something they love, and the corporate environment just isn't built for that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they feel that they're being drained out of their passion and out of their excitement because of that. It's not that corporate's bad and you know,
in entrepreneurship,
right,
it's good. Right.
It's just, it's very different. And I think we live in a world now where most people work, unless you're born with a trust fund, people work, and they work for a long time. So you start to realize, very early on, that if you don't find something you love, it's going to be a really
life
long
is going
40
to
years.
suck.
Let me tell you what happened to me. I did corporate. I was one of those people. I was like, I can't do it. But let me tell you what happened. If I did not have that background, because I was an executive assistant for many, many years, but it's funny, I know people that are creative people, right? That's all they've ever done. They've never done anything in an office environment or a corporate environment. They don't know how to write a letter.
They don't know how to
write a business letter.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's just like, you'd be surprised, like, they don't even know how to balance money. They don't even, especially if it's a business where cash is in their hand, like cash flows literally in their hand.
It's like water.
It's like water. The first man to come in to sell towels, they're buying towels.
Yeah.
Someone brings earrings, they're buying earrings.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's all,
there's no budgeting.
There's no budgeting. They don't know how to write a letter. And this is what it does. This is what it does, like the corporate environment. So even though I was one of those ones that hated it, I can look now,
but
it honed you.
Yeah, and what you learn is that you don't hate corporate. What you hate is not being able to
be your authentic self.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it.
Because it's just, the job I was in, it was very black and white. It was very regulated, what we did, and there was no room to be creative. It just wasn't what it was built for. And so it wasn't a bad company. I had lovely clients. I learned really so much there that I do not think that I would have been able to make it through the downturn, and not only make it, but we expanded and opened a second store right
during
in the middle of the madness.
Yeah, exactly.
And that came absolutely from my financial background. It came from what I learned all those years. And so the first thing we want to get out there to people is you don't have to do one or the other. And if you're not sure what you want to do right now, if you know that you love something, do it on the side or get a job in that industry.
Absolutely.
Even if it's corporate. If you think you want to do marketing, go get a marketing internship at a magazine, and it doesn't just have to be fashion or fun industries. Get a marketing job at a financial firm. Get a marketing job anywhere. The skill set you're going to learn will translate everywhere.
And the funny thing is, I spent 10 years in corporate America in the fashion industry. I designed for footwear and clothing designers right here in New York City. It's the corporate environment. It's not necessarily the industry. I, could wear what I wanted to wear, but still I had to be in 2-hour meetings every morning, and so there are certain things that I realized that I need to be in a smaller firm. I need to have more. If I have the talent or the desire to be up at 4 a.m., I need to work at 4 a.m. You can't do that with a 9 to 5,
Right.
So
Exactly.
I needed that flexibility.
Right. But I think, what we're trying to get across is, first thing is people are going to need experience.
Right.
And so if you can't go straight from school or straight from where you are now into your own thing, get in the industry you want to be in.
Yes.
Even if you're doing an internship, do it. If you can't get hired for one, do it for free. Get out there.
Yeah.
Experience is key. There's nothing that will take the place of that. I can't tell you what an upper hand it'll give you, because there's a lot of competition out there today.
Absolutely. I agree with you guys 100%. If I didn't have the background that I had, I wouldn't be able to deal with people the way I deal with them. I wouldn't be able to bring people together. And then just my experiences as a human being and just learning how to talk to people and deal with people, all that comes into play as a result of my background and having a high person above me, as opposed to like when you're your own boss, you could just go crazy. But it's
you do go crazy.
And you absolutely do go
Let me
crazy.
tell you that when you're your own boss, you have no resources to pull from.
That's right.
Yeah. So, lady, Thank you. You guys have been amazing. Oh my goodness.
Thank
the information was so good, and we just want to get the word out that, you know what, in order to be successful, you do have to take a step back in order to go forward.
Absolutely.
Because in every lesson there is a blessing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, you know, we just want everyone out there just to understand exactly what we're talking about, that you can get to where you have to get to, but you just have to work hard to get there. Okay, so thank you ladies so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So that's it. This is J.O.B of the J.O.B Show, and we'll catch you next time. Check us out at thejmbshow.com.